Hey, Soul Tribe. So I've been called to do a bit of a divine masculine check-in. I've been getting this inkling as though something's happening around the divine masculine, especially if you've had no contact with this person. Because underneath this emperor, for this pre-shuffle, I have the Seven of Swords, and it may feel as though the divine masculine's walking away. Especially with the Empress underneath here. I have to say right off the bat, regardless of what your lizard brain could be reacting to right now by actions or inactions of this emperor energy, it may feel as though they're walking away from you, but there's some kind of karmic realization that the divine masculine is having, and they've got to do some heavy cleanup in their own reality. So, if this sounds like your person, you are more than welcome to stick around. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berries, psychic medium and divine channeler, hoping to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they are also timeless. So please tap into your instincts, listen to your intuition. If there is anything that I talk about that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you, but if it does resonate, let me know by liking and sharing your experience in the comments below. After I go to do the shuffle, Page of Pentacles, this person, they I get the sense they feel small, and it's not even so much that they feel small around you. You may assume that, but there's something within their reality. King of Wands is a little bit of a little dick energy, take it as it resonates. Women can experience little dick energy. But I actually feel as though something's happening within this counterpart's life. What do we got? Oh, Four of Wands is here, but what's hiding is the Four of Swords. Um, this person's probably really sick and probably really ill. And it's gonna be kind of important to have a little bit of compassion, especially if they're not talking to you, because especially if you are the caring and nurturing kind. Um, it's one of those counterintuitive feelings where your care and support is way too overwhelming because this masculine they are so hella unbalanced. Nine of Cups, Six of Wands. Like this masculine is so accustomed to operating where as long as everything looks good, feels good, then it is good. And this person's been so accustomed to keeping up appearances. That's a good way, I think, of phrasing it. And that's their only way of knowing that everything is okay. But there's an ask within here with whatever it is this person's going through. It's going to be so tempting to meddle in whatever this is, especially if you're struggling and feeling as though you could help them, because chances are you can help them, but this person doesn't even know how to ask for help in the first place. So, we're gonna be having a look at what the fuck do you think could be going on, sort of what your speculation is. We'll also ask what the fuck is going on. We'll have a quick little peek at what this masculine could be going through. And we'll also ask what it is that you just need to let go of the situation and where it is you can focus your energy and what the next potential final outcome, the actions this masculine could be taking. And, along the way, we'll clarify just to help get you some answers for this particular situation. Because I will say, as I'm sitting in this energy, my throat is closed up. This person has a very shut down throat chakra. And it's one of these things where, I was saying earlier, they don't know how to ask for help and you can't force help onto them. There's something that it's sort of like they're in a container right now, and it's a container that you shouldn't be in because this person needs to learn how to break out of it on their own. What the fuck do you think is going on? Like, I feel like you might be self-blaming yourself. We do have the Nine of Swords, and before I go to clarify, I feel like you are a little bit all over the place, and it's going to be so important. Ground yourself. You're very spiritually connected to whomever this person is. And if you don't know what are your thoughts versus theirs, you're at risk of getting lost. And there's actually a potential codependency issue going on. What the fuck is actually going on? Like, it feels uncomfortable to both of you right now. There is this brand new beginning that this person wants to have within their life, but they have to take the leap. Frogs are lucky in some cultures. And if you recall earlier, we did have the Page of Pentacles, and then this deck, it has a locust or a grasshopper. This person's they're they're on the pinnacle, like there's a little bit of a pun in here. They're kind of a on the pinnacle of a brand new beginning, but they're really hesitant. They're kind of sitting on something. And because of how jittery they are, because they're putting on a good show by freezing. Like this frog needs to have heat in order to move around. This person feels a little bit frozen, and your mind is probably like hyper responsive to what could be going on. And it's going to be so important. Try not to it's like you're trying to create the worst case scenario so that you can solve it. And in some ways, you may not realize it. You're spinning your wheels and doing twice the work. And it is robbing this counterpart of a chance to figure something out on their own. Hanged man. Like, honor what's going on right now, especially if you feel as though something got stuck, and it's very jarring. Like you're just walking down the street, everything seems peaceful, and then somebody decides to go throw a rock at something and it makes this horrible sound, and it kind of freaks you out. It's sort of that kind of sensation. So we got Nine of Wands along with you here, Ace of Wands, the World. So like this is still like what the fuck you think could be going on versus what actually is going on. And again, I feel as though you might be pressing a little bit too much into this counterpart. They might owe you an explanation, but it's one of these things where they don't know what to say to you. And they're trying to figure out what it is they want. This person is in a manifestation energy, but they can't bring in anything new into their life until they close something down. Because I feel like you're holding on to this person's energy. Like in this particular the story tale deck, we do this sort of like I see it sometimes as like Hansel and Gretel, but it's more so you're holding on to this counterpart to your heart. And I think almost looks like a skull to me right now. It's a little hard to tell. My camera's a little bit weird. But it's okay to love this person, but the universe is really asking you to try not to invent a problem that may not actually exist. This person feels very overwhelmed, and they need space. And it's not even that they don't care about you. They need some space in order to figure something out on their own, because who you are is intermixed with some karmic energy, and you might be well intended, but you're behaving physically like a karmic person. And whoever this person is, they still haven't tapped into their intuition to know if somebody is sincere and insincere. And in some ways, it's not up to you to prove that you're a sincere individual. Let's have a snapshot. Let's have a look at what this counterpart could be going through. We got Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, the Devil. Um, I feel like for some of your people, something's going down at work, but there's some kind of ask about this masculine. It's how do I phrase this? Their sense of loyalty has been called into question. Like I'm so drawn into this Knight of Pentacles, but I'm noticing the bee, but I'm hearing busy bee. It's as though something's been going on in this person's life, and I think it was actually rather sudden. They're just kind of minding their own business. Because remember earlier I was saying you're walking down the street, everything seems nice and calm, and then you hear this bam, this pop, this sound. Like, whenever stuff like that happens, a car drives by and drives over like an old pop bottle that's been lying in the street and makes a horrible backfiring sound, and my poor dog freaks out. Like, it's no, it's the fireworks again, Mummy. I need to go home now. Something startled your person. What's going on with the Knight of Pentacles? Knight of Woods. There's something jumped in at them. Something jumped at them. Yeah, like from both ends. It's like someone freaked out at them. Somebody called them out. Like they got caught in the middle of something. Like we got Knight and Knight. It's like this is like frozen in time. But, what else we have? We got the card of judgment, and they feel very judged by this. Whoa, okay. I meant to take, oh my God, King of Swords. So I only meant to take two of these, but this is important. Somebody either called out this person, and it's actually so devastating. They're worried it could compromise them with their job, with work, when it comes to some kind of long-term investment. Um, and there's a lot of resentment that I'm picking up within here because your person, it doesn't matter if they are responsible or not, their ego has kicked up really heavily right now. And they're in this sort of low-key survival mentality. Because with the temperance card right here in the center, we have the crab. This is very Cancerian in the way that this is being presented. But I feel more of the turmoil, especially since it's right next to the devil over here. Can you tell me a little bit more about temperance? Like, on one hand, this is like someone's stock portfolio suddenly fell, or maybe if they lost some property, insurance came back and said, nope, we're not restoring that. Or, there's all kinds of different ways this energy could present itself. And this person feels so destabilized as I sit within their energy, like their back is stiff, their root chakra is having a very difficult time anchoring in. This person's scared. They're actually in survival mode as though they're scared for their life. And here's the thing, like, I get the sense they're safe. I get the sense like temperance is here. This is angelic energy. The Knight of Pentacles over here is it's slow. It's like, okay, I'm a frog in frog in the winter, a bee in the winter. I feel a little bit frozen because they know if anything warms up, shit will get real. Um, tell me more about tell me more about temperance. Got the star, the tower. So be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. It's one of these things where, for example, if this person, they've been wanting to up their career, or they have been wanting to change careers, maybe go back to school, like figure out their calling, if you will. Um, they've kind of sat on something, like here, they're frozen there, frozen everywhere. Um, and they actually don't know how to move forward. The universe is actually intervening and causing a huge tower moment, and this person has no other choice than to focus on what just happened. The Knight of Swords came, there's the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's like some information came through, and now they're freaking the fuck out, and it's like they got laid off or something changed, long-term plans got changed. This person, they're still really overwhelmed. We'll start clarifying the devil over here. They're feeling so fucking overwhelmed and they feel frozen. Like if I really sit in their energy, like my frontal lobe just wants to collapse in on itself. And it's literally just like, uh, fuck, what? Oh, fuck. Like this person, it's sort of like if go a little science fiction on you. It's sort of like if you're on a planet that somehow the timeline goes 10 times faster, this person, they're on a very, very slow timeline. They're frozen in fear, it feels like. There's Seven of Swords. Do you remember this card? In the pre-shuffle, it's on the Empress. Whoa, that's like the exact same combination we had a little bit earlier. It's curious berries is curious, Wheel of Fortune, and there's the King of Wands wants to show up. Like they know what they're doing is upsetting you. It's sort of like, I know this is upsetting, but I just can't even. I know this is upsetting, but I can't fucking even. Like this person's just really, really stuck. Like I picked up a little bit earlier. I think this person is physically ill. Have you ever had one of those days where you've been so stressed out, so exhausted, you're stuck on the couch and you're just watching reruns or you're just staring into space or doom scrolling, this person is really detached from their body because they're going through some semblance of personal crisis. What's going Okay, Seven of Coins, Ten of Swords. Something that they have been investing in has fallen apart. They have to walk away from something. And it's not you. Like, I know some of you are like, well, means they're leaving me forever? No. Like, it's more that there's something that they've been working on. Like I said, this could be a job, this could be a project, a promotion. Um, and even for some of them, like really bad news within their own family. Like, there's a real ask within here. Can you have some semblance of compassion? Because this person's reacting to their own shadow. And in some ways, they are trying to do you a little bit of a service so that you can sort of maintain your own peace. And I know that some of you don't feel peaceful, but at the end of the day, like, you have to govern your own emotions. You have to govern your own thoughts. You can't control this person. This person has a lot of people that are trying to control them, and they're trying so hard to control their reality, and it still has fallen apart on them. And it's because they haven't learned how to go with the flow, how to honor the flow of life. Because again, as long as everything feels good, then it's all good. But they don't know how to self-soothe, and this person hasn't yet learned how to honor their emotions. What is it that you can just release about this situation? Eight of Cups. Like, this is just a confirmation, like, this is the cuttlefish. And remember earlier I was saying that have you ever had one of those days where you're glued to the couch or you're stuck in bed, you're so exhausted? The cuttlefish is actually known as being one of the laziest creatures in the sea, and it can accidentally allow its young to starve. So it's sort of like this person, if they have children, if they have pets or other obligations, they're barely making it by. And if you are picking up on any of this, like you're still a little bit kind of, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? And you're trying to get answers and you're trying to find something, you're actually exhausting yourself. Um, Internally. And if you guys are actual twin flames and actual twin counterparts, it means you both share the same feminine frequency. And there's an ask within here. Can you just maybe tap into your own inner lazy? Can you tap into your own inner sense of self-care? Because if this person doesn't know how to soothe themselves without depending on external energies, it actually means you're still learning how to do it yourself. And when it comes to soothing emotions, you can't be so dependent on soothing everybody else so that you can feel better. Like, that's actually a narcissist tactic. And I'm not accusing you of being a narcissist. I'm assuming you're a well-intended person, but your sense of self-worth is being asked to anchor in so that no matter what happens with this individual, you can learn how to take care of yourself emotionally from the inside out. Because if you're able to look after yourself, your own well being, your own sense of self love, then you can pay it forward. Then you can help others. Make sure that your oxygen mask is on first before assisting others around you. Like, this is one of those things where self care is going to be the best medicine for yourself and subconsciously for this person as well. Where can you focus your energy? Where can you focus? Indecision. Like, I do love the Two of Swords in this particular deck. It's like this, like that. Could be like this. Could it be like that? Like, in some ways, you're just being asked to observe yourself, observe your thoughts, because you're struggling right now with thinking the thought. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? As opposed to maybe just reducing the amount of thoughts that you're thinking. Like, work on a project, work on something that you find fascinating. Like, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be aiming for things that make us feel good, stuff that we find naturally enjoyable. Maybe there's a book that you've been, dying to read, or a TV show you've been wanting to check out, or maybe you've been just as exhausted. Maybe you've been going through it in your own reality and you really could use a break. But try not to, it's like the universe is telling you to try not to allow somebody's inability to communicate with you to throw you off course. Like, this is a really great opportunity for you to learn how to anchor yourself in and really learn how to observe your thoughts rather than constantly reacting to them because this person doesn't know how to make a decision. They really don't. They're way too dependent on other people making decisions for them. And this is the clusterfuck that they have manifested for themselves. And in some ways, you can learn how to be the better example of this because this person doesn't know how to be honest with themselves. They're not willing to look at their shadow. And as a result, they don't know how to talk to you. They think you're perfect. This person genuinely thinks you're perfect. And if there's something wrong with you. Even if you got into an argument, they still know that they just wanted to come up with an excuse, like blah blah blah. Like this person has so much growing up to do. That said, what kind of actions are they most likely to take based on this particular I've got Ace of Cups. Like, I'm just being told, try and don't take it personally, and don't take it personally that I'm telling you to not take it personally. This person has a huge self-love wound, and they have to stop depending on other people to make them feel better about life. You're probably really good at making them feel better about life. And whatever this, I feel a lot of shame coming off of this card. And it's cute. Like, in some ways, I think you find their. It sounds weird. Try not to take me super duper literally, but it's kind of like, "Aw, you're so vulnerable. You're so cute." But this person's sitting there going, like, take gender as it rises. Like, no, I'm tough. Like, I'm the man, I'm the leader, I'm the woman. This person's so accustomed to being, tough and trying to it's not quite the facade. They really want to be the leader. Like that is kind of part of their own core soul makeup. And they have so much love for you, but they're going to be holding back for a little while. Because they don't know how to this cup works. They have no clue how love is actually supposed to work. And whatever it is that they're going through right now, it's sort of a result of their own bad decisions, but the universe is trying to help this person close out a ridiculous karmic cycle. Wow, we got Page of Cups, underneath Page of Cups, Queen of Wands. Um, this is a bit of a confirmation. They got somebody else in their reality that does not respect them. They have some feminine karmic energy that they're still trying to placate to. And I think they're realizing that they've disappointed this person. This could be a boss, a mother figure, maybe another person that they've been seeing romantically with or without your knowledge. Like they have this sort of god goddess complex with this person. And they've said something that has devastated this masculine. And let's see here, Queen of Swords. Nine of Swords. They know if they told you the truth, like, no, it's not quite that. Because this Nine of Swords is very much connected to what you think is going on. Like, you actually do know what's going on with this person. If there's anything that I've said in here that makes you go, "Yep, yep, yep, that totally makes sense," well, then take that as your divine confirmation. Like 100% of it won't resonate, but just work with what is making sense within your soul. However, something's cut them to the core, and they're beginning to realize that they really don't love themselves. Like, whatever the fuck this Queen of Wands did or said to this person, they have to sort of go through this back and forth ricochet in order to get themselves back on track again. And I get like it's not as though I'm feeling like they're leaving your life forever, but there's an ask right now to really focus on your own sense of happiness. And in some ways, not to focus on this person, focus on this energy. They have a lot they need to say, and they have to say it to this Queen of Wands before they can even talk to you. And it's gonna take a lot of bravery on their part, and they're frozen. They're really stuck. Like, thankfully, believe it or not, because we have so much swords energy, swords is very cold. And in some ways, them going cold is sort of the right remedy. The universe is working with them with where they are at, but this Nine of Swords, as opposed to this one will bring a sense of relief, even if it is painful at first. But you're being asked to not try to forecast the worst case scenario. Cheer them on from the sideline, but focus on what is making you happy. Again, energetically, being the best example for this person is one of the kindest ways that you're going to be able to move through this and help keep the energy flowing. So, I'm going to grab the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle deck. And what is it that my lovely viewer can focus on in terms of their personal journey, the journey to self, while this other person works on getting their ever loving shit together? What do we have right here? Divine Feminine Queen. In some ways, the universe is using this strategy to give you a chance to rise into your femininity, to understand that you are worthy and that you are actually capable of creating love from within. Being able to reflect your love upon yourself is very critical. And knowing that, regardless if this person returns or not, I don't think this person is going to be away forever, but they need time away in order to figure out their own bullshit because they need to approach you as a king. The queen knows the instructions from the divine, and the king trusts the queen and carries out her orders. For now, your counterpart has dedicated themselves to the wrong queen, and they have to clean up this mess. In some ways, there's a compliment in here. This person needs to know that you are trustworthy and that you are connected to the divine. And when you're connected to the divine, you are able to govern these difficult thoughts. You have governship and realize, you know what, this person, they need to figure it out. I just have to let it go, let them figure out their thing. I can release them and work on my own sense of self love. But you're rising into your own queenly energy. Again, take gender as it resonates. Focus on your connection to divine. The divine will send you angels, guides, and ancestors to help you learn how to be receptive to their love. Being receptive to their love is the best gateway to ensure that you will find your own sense of wholeness, your own sense of unity, and be able to magnetize back this relationship so that you guys can figure out the way through together. I'm just saying. Wow. So, whoever it is that you are, damn, I sincerely hope that this helped. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you like my style, please make sure to like the video on the way out. And if you're kind of curious what the next message is going to be, I highly recommend that you subscribe. And until I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.